Hey everyone, it is Arsenal Fan Circle. It's a Thursday night forum, and it's been a few weeks off, been a few weeks away from these guys for various reasons. You know, Gary and I were having a good time away, but Tony's been struggling. So, first words to Tony. How you doing, Tony? Feeling better?
I am about 66%, somewhere in there.
And there's many people in here been wishing you well while you've been out. So 66%. Normally we wouldn't let him play, Gary, but I guess we
I'll
have to
give you
let him play.
100%, Ray.
He's
He
one of
will
those.
never one. This is probably as good as it gets.
I'll put all my leg into the challenge.
Um, Gary, so welcome back, Tony. Big up yourself.
Yes, Tony.
Gary,
Welcome back.
it's been a few weeks. I've been away a few weeks. We haven't
Ray
podcasted
forgot what I
together
look
in
like.
3 or 4 weeks.
No, I can't forget a face.
Where'd you find your shirt at, Ray? Tell us about your shirt.
Listen, I was going around the Epcot World Showcase, and this is actually Cava de Kia. So flight crew, it fits really well with us and the flight crew that we're on. So yeah, I'll have a little bit of that. So I got myself a shirt. So there you go. Yeah. So Gary, it's been a few weeks since I was off. I listened when I was with Stan last Thursday night. I thanked Stan very much for taking controls for a podcast, and Gary, got to say the same for you. You held everything together as I knew you would. Manfully did a great job hosting. So big up yourself. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
Tony
Yeah,
was forced out of the plane.
had a good time with it as well, Gary.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Tony was
Uh,
good.
Definitely. So, and maybe I was a good luck omen. If I stay away, Arsenal have been winning games. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not.
You were away for all ten matches.
No, not all
Okay.
10 of them.
All
I've
right.
been
So
I've been here supporting Arsenal along this 10 match unbeaten run. So BX Gunner, thanks for joining us. I know you're going down to Florida soon as well. I think you said that before. I'll adjust my seat, set the reminder, pour a drink while I wait. I remember, I think on Sunday you were going out to get some beers as well. So good evening, BX Gunner. I'm ready with some North London Vino here. Uh, Evening, Gary.
I take I
hello,
take credit for our unbeaten run.
hello, Reddy.
You do.
Yep. Because as soon as I said, can we go on a 24 game unbeaten, we haven't fucking lost since.
Oh, so you just jinxed it now.
We're still good to go, Gary.
So, evening, ready. Evening, BX Gunner and
So, Mr. Crypto with Brownie. There you go.
Brownie's in the house. Tony, glad to see you're back, mate. And I think Steve's going to join us a little bit later as well. So, listen, as we settle in here, Gary, give me a feeling about you know going up to Liverpool. Let's start jumping into the Liverpool game. Everyone's going to want to talk about that. What's your mindset right now in terms of what you want to see on Saturday, um, and what you're hoping for?
I'm hoping that it doesn't break Arsenal because we have a lot. This is just one match of many that we need to win. Many that we need to play really good. Play have a really good game,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's
as
just
long as
another game, right? We should treat it like
I didn't say
nothing.
that. I
Just
didn't say
another
that.
game. I know you didn't.
This is a test. All right, this is one of those tests you want to take. It's a big club. We want to be going into these matches expecting to hoping to win, expecting to win. We're expecting to just compete, but so that's what I want. I don't want this to be a game where they look back at it and basically we went from a 10 game winning non-losing streak to a losing streak. So that's what needs to happen. Arteta, hopefully he's learned from his past, what he's done in these types of matches. He needs to give his team an opportunity to win. So that's what I'm looking for. So growth. Basically, as I always say, I like to get us get a little bit better, one match to the next.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting the same thing in this one. This should not resemble anywhere close to our past matches against any of the top 4 or 5 teams. So yeah, we should be getting better.
Um,
We have a better squad. So that's what I'm
so
looking for.
BX Gunner's going to head down south. Hope you have a good trip, BX Gunner. See, I remember that. I like to remember the things that's going on with our viewers down
In
there.
that Menudo notebook.
Yeah, I've got it all written in there, Tony.
Did it make it to
Um,
Florida?
Did I take it to Florida? Yeah, but I sort of wrote directions of how to get down there.
You wrote directions. You don't have
No
like
Arsenal
Google
downtown?
Maps or
Had ways and all that stuff, but yeah, I wanted to write it all down as well because I'm meticulous in my planning, Gary.
Like I said, he tags every piss break
Oh.
and every restaurant stop, every fuel stop. It's all planned out, Gary.
Yeah,
Say it again, Tony?
I said every pit stop, piss stop, every lunch break, Ray's got it planned out ahead of time.
gotta plan it.
Wow.
Gotta plan it, and
At mile marker 101, Ray's I go piss.
you got to do it. You got to plan these things out. Hopefully, Arteta's got a plan. Now, watching some Liverpool podcasts earlier, we did a podcast with Dave and Jack on Sunday. Very informative. And what Matt and I here discovered is that Liverpool are going to work hard, and Arsenal will have to work hard. That was my biggest takeaway from that podcast on Sunday. Arsenal's going to have to work hard to get anything at Anfield. They can't just turn up and fulfill another fixture and hope you're going to get 3 points. You have to go there. The first thing you got to do is win the right to play football. And the other thing, Gary, is I've been watching the Liverpool lads, and there's kind of not a lot of respect for Arsenal still around the league. We haven't changed. First, Arsenal have to change the minds of Arsenal fans, and then we have to change the minds of our rivals. Okay, we're going up to Liverpool. We realize it's going to be difficult, but the task at hand, I think, is to start putting some respect back into Arsenal, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've heard some different talk. I don't think people think it's going to be a walkover. They can't get away from us, and that's all on us more than on them. If we let it, it will get taken away from us. But the one things we should have learned is if you look at the Brighton and the Crystal Palace match, and that's kind of what I heard. You know, some people say today, those were matches where we had to work really hard. And you brought it up, right? Liverpool
Mhm.
worked really hard. So if we learned anything, hopefully from those 2 matches, that we just need to work hard as well. Those are matches where we had to do the little things right. And we have to do that again. We have to do something for 90 minutes, whatever that is. Whatever Arteta has planned, I'm hoping it isn't one of those second guessers. You know what I mean? He can't go plan for the whole week, come into the match, and then switch it up because it didn't work for the first 10 minutes or so. Hopefully they've planned this thing out. Like you said, you like to write things down. Hopefully he's done all of that because we've seen it before where he's come into a match and either overthought it or basically gone away from what may keep the game manageable. And it'd be nice to come away with some points, but that's all up to how we play and whether we stick to the plan.
Yeah, yeah. And on Sunday, we know Liverpool are going to be determined. Gary, and just to stick with you for a second, Gary, and then I'll bring Tony in. I'm trying to spare Tony's voice just a little bit because he is operating at 66%.
I got 2 bottles of water, Ray.
So you're good to go.
Good to go.
Yeah, but so Tony, what's your feeling on the game on Saturday, and what have we achieved so far, and what do you hope we're going to achieve? Like I said, we can't just turn up and hope to fulfill the fixture. On Sunday, we know that, and this is something Gary said before, it's always dangerous to come into a team's home ground after them having dropped some points. They've drawn against Brighton at home, and then they lost at against West Ham away from home. So they're like a wounded animal right now. We know what their mentality is going to be like. So what do you feel Arsenal's going to bring on Saturday? Will they match that intensity?
I think most likely they will because Arteta's pretty much keeping a same lineup. Most of them's 23, 24. They're going to fight harder for each other. And I think that's what it's about. I don't know if it's them fighting for a manager so much. I think they're just fighting for themselves. And that's part of why we've got this lucky run we've got going on. We shouldn't be where we're at in the table, but we're there. So now we
Mhm.
can strive harder.
Tony, you picked up on something there that I want to talk about as well. It's the youthful exuberance. So the way I want to frame this game, the way I see it, you've got the experience of Liverpool. They've been there, they've done that. They've won Champions Leagues, they've won a Premier League title as well, and got into a Champions League final as well. So
They won.
they're
They
playing.
won the Champions League too.
They've won. Yeah, I said that
Yeah.
they've won a Champions League, they've won the Premier League, and they've gotten to the final as well. And
Yeah.
that shows the mettle of those players. Not only Gary to get to the final, but then come back the next year and win it again. Go that one step further. Did the change that needed. But Gary, Tony, we know what Liverpool is going to bring. Arsenal, we hope, will bring youthful exuberance, and that's maybe the best thing that we can lean on Saturday.
Yeah, and another good thing is Liverpool has 7 injuries last time I seen.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be at full strength at all. So hopefully we came back from a break. Hopefully we're pumped up and the players are going to go out and fight for each other.
Gary, as Tony said, how good has it felt to finish off a game before the interlude and have a win? We haven't been used to this usually. Um, we've been simmering for 2 weeks on a result that leaves a bad taste in the mouth. Now, we know how Liverpool is going to feel with that, but it's been nice as Arsenal fans to sit back for 2 weeks and kind of bask in what we've done for the last 2 months. We haven't lost since August 2028. But on the other hand, we do want to not sit back and we want to get that win or at least a positive result on Saturday.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you said, I think this match we have to look at the last 2 times we played Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had opportunities to actually have a good game against them, and then in the first match that we had against them, in the second match we basically just kind of looked like we just kind of they kind of kneel to their superior to the,
Superiority.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
as opposed to like we're a football team too. We have a plan, we can do some stuff. So I think we need to come out with that. We have confidence in what we can do. If we go out there and if it's or we're playing Liverpool, who's a top 3 team, they're going to take it from us, and that's not. We can't do that. But we played some really tough teams who try to knock us down, and we got back up, but we didn't. We didn't fall. It's a similar thing. It's just they're not gonna knock us down like some of the other some of the other teams that we've played. They're just they're gonna play pretty sound football, and we have to be able to meet them at that as well.
As Reddy said here, I think Firmino missing might help Liverpool as Jota is more agile and will make more runs behind our defense. Yeah, Firmino tends not to score as many goals, so Jota could be more dangerous in some respects as well.
What some people will tell you, Firmino is the key. Like you were talking about Jota, but when you bring Jota, Firmino brings out the entire front line now. So it's not. I think they win either way. Firmino helped out Mane
it's going to be a strong
and
lineup.
Salah, or Jota can go out there and put himself in positions to score, which he's done all against us before, right? So I think it doesn't matter which one. They've got sound players that come in. So Jota is the one that scares me the most because he can he's good in the air, and he's done a lot of other good
It's
things as
dangerous.
well when he's come on. So
Yeah.
you kind of know what you're going to get when he got their regular starting front line up there. So yeah,
Um, Brady said, unlike Firmino, Jota doesn't get involved much in the build-up play, but Jota is in some ways a more dangerous player. We're going against the best player in the world. This is an excellent challenge. Think that's a good way to approach this. This is a challenge, and Gary, I think, as Tony framed it, those young players now at Arsenal have a camaraderie, have a togetherness. Arteta's been doing some nice PR work for the club. An interview with Amy Lawrence talked about unity a lot. So, are these just words, or do you see it in the team, the unity amongst the young players? Especially the English contingent now: Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, and Ramsdale.
yeah. No, I think we got all these players are playing for themselves. Not playing for themselves. Sorry, all these players are playing for each other, and
You could frame
and
it both ways, but
no, no,
Rewind
no,
that,
no.
Gary.
That does no. That is not. That was a definite slip of the
We'll
tongue
rewind
there.
that one.
No, no. They are playing for each other,
yeah,
right?
There you
I
go,
mean,
Gary.
it starts from the back line and goes forward, right? I mean, Ramsdale is the one of the catalysts for that. I mean, Lacazette has done it as well, but we've got players that want to play for each other now, and I think that's been good. That keeps us together, because it keeps us whole, and I believe that's why we're playing. So we were playing so well and been able to, survive some scares and still come away with some points. So yeah, yeah,
Liverpool.
it's an acid test, but I don't the result for me, like, whenever I don't know if you remember, there was the discussion about the three things you look for in an Arsenal match, whether to be entertained or a style of play or just to get the win. This is this kind of match is why I always say I want to see the performance, because I can build on the performance. I can't build on a win when, like, for example, Liverpool has a call go against them, right, in the box, or a red card or freak red card comes out or something, like, or an injury. So you can't survive off that, but you can survive off performance. So that's what I'm expecting to see, and we've seen Arsenal's performance for for little bits of games, not for the entire thing. So we need to be able to get to that point where we can play a large percentage of the game playing our style and the way we want to play. So yeah,
Good evening, Stan. Thanks for joining us. Reddy said here, Tony. Reddy said Henderson and Mane will both play. In case you're wondering, I'm at on Sunday. The Liverpool guys were talking about all the players that were not going to make the team, and you know what? That's all great, but I'm more interested. I'm not interested in who the Liverpool is going to put out, but I'm interested in how we're going to approach this game, irrespective of the lineup. They're a very very good team, and they can put together a good lineup against us. So for me, Tony, I'm interested in how we're going to line up against them.
Yeah, I hope we don't go to his old fallback of playing counter-attacking football, giving them possession. Hate those games where we give a team 65% possession, and it's hard to win that way. We're not playing good enough at counter-attacking football. We're not flying down the wings. If we had wing backs and wingers, maybe we could do that, but it just doesn't work.
Definitely. Somebody put up a
you know
comment.
what? Nobody wants to miss the Arsenal match. Nobody.
Hmm.
You know, you always look at, you kind of look at, you look at the schedule. When do we play Arsenal? All right, I'll be healthy for that one. The Never fails. All this injury talk before the week of the game.
Yeah, and then they're ready to go, right? But similarly, on our side, we do maybe have Thomas Partey, Gary, to start as well. BX
Yeah.
Gunner said, "We're
So,
we're going up against the best player in the world. This is an excellent challenge. Go ahead, Gary."
now I was just gonna say, yeah, Partey being injured is par for the course, right? We just
Partey for the
that's
court.
why Zombie that's why that's why Zombie is on the team, right? So we have some support there. So
So
Yeah.
leading up to that, BX Gunner said we're going up against one of the best players in the Premier League in Mo Salah. Now he's had his way with us over the years. So this is why I want to pose this question. I put a poll together a few hours ago. I think it had something like 52 votes. Anyway, came out 50-50 in terms of the fan base, who they wanted to play, Tavares or Tierney. Gary, where do you stand on this one? What do you want to see?
If Tierney's healthy, he plays. If he's not, if he's like 99%, then he doesn't play.
Irrespective of how Tavares has been doing in the team,
Uh, I believe Tierney was the number one. So, should it matter what game he comes back for? Do you hold him out for that? I mean, he looked like he was okay playing for Scotland over the weekend, right? He had some nice nutmegs. I guess two in a row, right? So I think he looked pretty good there. So I say if he's healthy, he plays because we want. That's like saying if Partey's healthy, do you think about it? If he's healthy, then he plays. That's why Partey as well. He needs to be healthy. Whatever that is for Arteta, he shouldn't. There should be no fear that he might come out of the match, because of this and that. If that's the case, then he doesn't have to start. There's no need to rush Tierney and Partey back when you've got the slate of games afterwards that we need to play. So
yeah.
this is not the biggest game on our list. Going forward, we can. We don't have to. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking for. Performance. If we
Yeah.
get the win, if we get a point, I'll take it. But at this point, we're still trying to grow. The last 10 matches aren't. I
This
don't believe they're what Arteta wanted to see out of those matches in terms of the performances that he would like to see from this team. I mean, he might say it is, but I don't believe get squeaking out some of the matches that we did. That's how he wants his team to play.
this is not the game that is going to determine whether we make top six or top four even. Being consistent against the rest of the league will do. BX Gunner has put together a team here at Ramsdale. And we're probably going to do a pre-game on Saturday. So keep your ears open for that one. 1 hour, a little bit over 1 hour before the
What
lineup.
about our eyes, Ray? Can we keep our eyes open for it?
Well, it's a little bit later for you. It's like a 10:30 for you. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel White, Tomiyasu, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Sambi. This is probably thinking if Partey is not going to be fit. Lacazette, Oba out front, and Saka and Neil Smith-Rowe. So the only thing maybe I would take issue is having Tavares in there. For me, I've seen what Tierney could do against Mo Salah, albeit in a weaker Arsenal side, and it wasn't pretty. I don't think Tierney has the physicality or is able to stay with Mo Salah for a whole game. I'm going to put all my chips on Tavares on Saturday. I get what you're saying, Gary. Seniority.
No, it's not seniority. It's who is our number one left back.
Yeah, that's the debate. Who is
It's not even
doing
seniority.
better?
It doesn't matter if you've been here for 10
No.
years or you've been here for one day. Who is our number one left back?
Who's playing better? That's what you mean,
The
right?
question is, who is our number one left back?
That's debatable right now.
So you're saying it's not Tierney?
It may not. I don't think it's Tierney right now.
It might not be
Our
either one of them. It could be a guy with 3 letters in his name. They used to play left back. They helped us on our FA Cup run.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Yeah. Win
I
is
don't
always.
think is he good at on the left side?
Yeah, he's good on the left.
As Stan said,
He doesn't
good
want
test.
to play there, and the Arteta is catering to what he wants to keep him there. So I've given up on that one. If that was the case, he would be back there. We would have never needed Tavares, right? Yep, that's Birdie me over there.
You never know. You never know with Uncle Artie.
Yeah.
So Tony, Stan said big test for both our fullbacks. We'll get to the left back in a second. Might be able to squeeze a little bit more out of me and Gary in terms of that debate. Right back, we have Tomiyasu, who we're pretty confident can hold his own against any opponent in the Premier League. Agree with that, Tony?
Yeah, I agree that he's outperforming so far. He kind of slumped for a few games, and now he seems like he's back on form again. I think he's adapting well. Can do what's needed.
Yeah. Stefan said Mo Salah had his way. LOL. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. He could pretty much do what he wanted in the previous fixtures against Tierney. I mean, I want to see something a bit different. We've seen what Tierney can do defensively, Gary.
I, like I said, I don't. If you think Tavares is our number one left back, then that's your thought.
That's what I
I don't.
think.
I
But
don't believe he's our number one. I don't believe he came in to with any kind of thought that he would be able to take over. I don't. So I and
nobody
yeah,
thought that. Now we're having the
Injuries,
yeah.
injuries.
That's why he's here, right?
Yeah,
Same reason why Sambi is here, because we knew that we can't depend on certain players. It doesn't mean they're not our number one. Partey's still our number one.
yeah,
He's healthy, he plays.
yeah.
I don't see as much of a difference with Tierney either.
I think Tierney and Tavares are a lot closer in their performance levels than Partey and any other midfielder that we
Yeah,
have.
it's not really a comparison there, of course, but I kind of feel of it the same way. I feel he's the number one left back, and that's kind of what I would expect to see in this match. I mean,
Ray leaving Gary a lot of wiggle room there. Just put him in that little corner.
no, I already asked the question. He said Tavares is our number one.
I think he's performing better than Tierney right
That's
now.
not what I asked. That's not no. So
He's
you're
our
saying
number one. Yes,
he's our
he's our
number.
number
You're
one.
saying you're saying. So I just put you in a box.
So this was what it looks like for
Um,
watch two bears poke each other.
yeah. BX Gunner says I think Tavares will get cut up and pulled into Salah's game. He comes off the bench for me. I see it differently, BX Gunner. I see Tavares making Salah go backwards. I could be wrong. We might not
The
even see
best.
it.
You just call it. Didn't you? Did you say the best player in the world? Is that what you said, or somebody said it?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to stop him for the whole game, but I think
No.
a lot of the game plan will be to make Salah go backwards and come infield. I think
Yeah.
the game plan will be that. Stefan said, placate the dog. He isn't happy.
He
So you,
just,
Gary, he's okay now, though.
no, yeah, he's just sitting there looking at the door. I think thinks somebody's downstairs, but nobody's downstairs.
He just needs TLC. That's all it is. He needs attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Can always bring Tavares on for the bench. Listen, I think it's a moot point anyway, Gary.
not
I
a
think
mute point. It's a good discussion. It just
it's a good discussion, but
Yeah.
we're going to, and we'll have this discussion hopefully on Saturday morning as well. But I think Arteta will go for Kieran Tierney in the end. You know, uh, I'm so happy the Ramsdale is proving a lot of people wrong. Let's go to Partey, Gary. I think you said earlier you want a 100% fit Partey to play.
I want. I said 100%, but that's not true. I want a healthy, like
Yeah.
he's healthy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want any ifs or maybe he'll be okay to go. No, 16. No. He's got to be able to play 90, or else he's not healthy for me.
Look at this. Noe, I gotta shout you out, Noe. I haven't heard from you in a long, long time.
Mhm.
And people think YouTubers just care about the views. No, we care about the viewers. We care about the people here. We don't care about the numbers. So Noe, want to shout you out. Always worry about these days and times that you're going to lose people that are viewing you, but and the camaraderie you have. So Gary, I haven't seen Noe in maybe 2 years.
Good to see you.
Years, so
Yeah,
he's
Cool.
one of those from the beginning. So
cool.
I'm so happy the Ramsdale is proving a lot of people wrong. So
Yeah.
Noe, please keep coming back.
Well,
to us.
he's for me it's okay, so I would have liked him to just been here the whole time. That's kind of what I would have liked. This late transfer business, when based on what we're seeing, I don't know if we would have saw a different Ramsdale if he would have signed early in the transfer period. But it's good to see him, and I've enjoyed what I saw from him so far.
Yeah, and it's his ability, Gary. Plus, it's what he brings, I think, to the dressing room as well.
Yeah.
Ramsdale.
Yeah.
And really happy he got his first cap as well against San Marino. Not a lot of players can stay with Mo at the moment.
I mean, so the question is though, so we're all talking about the fullbacks and all of that. The center backs have nothing to do with that as well, or they're worrying about
Well,
whoever
I
playing in
think
the
what
middle.
what what we worry about is Mane and Salah, and they're basically coming from the flank. So your fullbacks are the first players that are going to be meeting those players.
Yeah, if they slow them down, and you have a Gabriel come in there and hopefully clean it up. Then that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
So Tierney looks to be the guy from the viewers here, and Gary, you're on board with that as well. So listen,
I didn't pay them. I didn't pay them.
if Tierney plays well, I will completely back that up. But then on the other hand, if Tierney plays, we would never know what Tavares would have done against Salah. So I'm not going to come at you that way either.
I
You
think
know what
we
I mean?
need Kavad's more because we need the attacking. I think he's better in attacking than Tierney. Tierney just goes up there, crosses it. I think
Mane is a
Kavad's
killer.
offers a lot more out there.
I think that's what they're being asked to do. I don't believe that Tierney couldn't do the same because we've seen him do it. I believe he's being asked to do that, and that's why it look. I don't. At certain points, I feel like the players are doing what's being asked, and not just putting
Just
crosses
blame
in there
Uncle
for no
Artie.
reason.
We're being coached. We're
Uncle
being
Artie.
coached. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely, Stan. If he can't play 90, he's got to go. Yes, Ray missed me. I know he did.
Gary missed me. I know he did.
I missed all of you.
There you go. We all missed each other.
I'll admit it, but Gary might not admit it. So
I
we'll
just
see what
admitted it. I said it. I miss Ray.
Mane and Salah, whoa, luckily Arsenal's offense is a bit tighter now. We shall see. Gary, we also have to call out Gabriel. He got capped by Brazil as well. So
Yeah.
Salah is the best player in the world, the ex-gunner.
Our players are getting recognized. Yeah, it's the dog, but he's curled up now.
He's good now. He's good now, Stefan. Tony's got hitchhikers locked in the basement.
I don't know
Has he
what
eaten
that's all
fish?
about. Did he have
Stan?
him before? Because I missed this one. Is it something new?
Again. Yeah. Yeah.
Stan runs the show. Next thing you know, Tony's got hitchhikers in the basement. So I don't know
So-
what's going on.
Tony, I'm going to get you on record here. How do you feel about the game? And if Arsenal lose, are you going to sharpen your knife and say, "I told you so"?
I'm not going to tell you I told you so. I think, like I said, the players are playing for each other right now. I think they're winning despite of Arteta's choices, his substitutions, his starting. He finally got smart and started playing Lacazette. If we were playing Lacazette right now, we might be ahead of Liverpool on the table. It just still don't have much faith in the guy, but we're winning.
Yeah, we're winning. Gary, where do you? I'm pretty easy on this. Listen, I'm not going to go overboard one way or the other. If we win, I'm not going to say we're going to win the league. If we lose, unless we lose 4 or 5-0, I'm not going to say get rid of Arteta. You know what I mean? Where do you stand on this?
Well, I'm going to try to stick to this, and hopefully you'll see the same thing when the match happens and we talk on Sunday. But like I said, performance. I need to see the performance of the team. Like we've played City,
Yep.
Chelsea,
Sitting away from home,
and Liverpool.
Chelsea. Yep.
Pretty much all the same. Where I always felt like, you know what, we kind of just bent down and took it. Just kneeled down and took whatever they're going to give us, and we can't do that. We couldn't do that. We shouldn't have done that then, and we definitely shouldn't do that now. Like you said, we're on a 10-game streak here. The team should have some confidence coming in, and this is another one of those. What is Arteta going to do? Is he going to overthink this thing and cause the team to be set up in a formation that basically weakens them, or is he going to learn from the past and understand that I've got a good team here? I've got some players that all want to play for each other, and it doesn't matter who's in front of us. So we should be able to still get something out of it if we play, to whatever he wants. That
Mhm.
so for like there was a question posed on late judges. What was and there were a couple of questions that were posed. When you got in there, do you want to, do you want to take it to them, or do you want to sit back and counter?
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't care which one we do, but we have to do it 100%.
Yeah.
Right? If we're gonna
Yeah.
take it to them, then we can't be passing the ball backwards when we have an opportunity to attack. If we're gonna counter, once we get that ball in a really good situation and it's time to counter, we got it. Whoever's got the ball has got to take it, or else you got the wrong people on the pitch, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So for me, it's whatever the plan is. You gotta let it. You gotta let the team grow into it. Of course, it's gonna have a lot of defensive responsibilities because of who we're playing, but you have to let the players play at some point and understand that you know what they've heard everything they should have heard from you during the week, and they have all the answers that they need at their disposal, and they can make the adjustments as the games moves along. So
Mhm.
that's what I like to see, so that the players aren't hesitant about what they do. But once you see hesitation, we're in trouble, right?
Yeah.
See hesitation and silly things like Sterling gets a header in the middle of the box. Those types of things. Nah, we got to be able to take
Yeah.
it to them when we have an
Yeah.
opportunity.
That was last year. We're a different team now.
I guess we haven't shown it yet this year against the big teams.
Well,
So
that was
until
against that Sterling had it was against Holding. Remember?
we haven't shown it yet, and that shouldn't have mattered that it was holding, and it shouldn't matter it was last year. You should play the same
Listen to
way
his
if
words,
that's a
Ray.
man if the manager hasn't changed,
I
right?
listened to Gary's emphasized words. That's what I listened to.
You just want to pick one or two words and not listen to the message. I
Yeah.
get it.
I spin. I spin. Going to be an interesting gauge for
Yeah.
Arsenal how far they've progressed. Tony, and Reddy said I would rather lose this one and win at Old Trafford. So, Tony, Arteta, more than anything, I think we're going to be looking at the team Arteta puts out and the kind of way he plays the game. Like Gary said, how we're going to set up. I think that's vital on Saturday.
Yeah, like I said, I'm afraid of us setting up on the counter attack, giving them possession like we tend to do against the big teams. I think that's the main reason we've been struggling against them. Our best things are we got a great defense. Just go out there and attack and trust them guys in the back. That's what we need to be doing instead of laying back and giving them
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah. So listen, the title of the podcast here was right here taking positives from the negatives. So, Gary, start us off. Coming in, my thinking for this podcast is the negatives from last season. All the things we did wrong. European semi-final failed. Arteta culpable for doing some things with Granit Xhaka at left back that he probably shouldn't have been doing, experimenting too much. But I think lessons have been learned, and we looked at the acquisitions through the summer, and you and I had the little bet. The majority of the acquisitions would be in by a certain date, which I kind of won that bet. But anyway,
You did not. You didn't kind of win. You either won it or you didn't. And the fact that you
I
said
won.
kind of
I
means you
won.
didn't win. So you're sorry. The first words out of your mouth are usually the right ones, and you and
Boy,
you
I missed you too hard. You just sound
Anyway,
like a married couple.
the acquisitions were good.
Next
So
week's episode, Tony's marriage counseling for Gary and Ray.
from a negative situation, Gary, we turned some positives by getting some good recruitment in the
you
door.
keep looking at
Right back
you
on
keep
track.
looking at last year, and it's Tony. Tony probably should have said this already. What about the first three games?
Well, what did I tell you? The season started in September 11th.
See, there we go. So this is yeah. So the season didn't start until the fourth
Yeah, we shouldn't
game
beat
of the
the
season. I
newly
got it.
promoted team, Ray. Has to be a preseason game.
Um, we didn't have the right. We didn't have a strong
You know
enough
what? No,
panel
we
at the
can't make
time.
that excuse. We
It's not an
play.
excuse.
He
It's
has a
fact.
squad of
We
20
spent
plus
150
players.
million, Ray.
No,
We
And
should
who
have had the
played?
players.
Who played, Tony? Balogun played.
it doesn't matter. You still have to come out with some of those things had nothing to
Should
do with
Balogun been
Balogun.
with us?
Balogun wasn't the one
Could
who
we had
who had his
Lard?
hands held in the goal. come on, that's not on Balogun. That's on a seasoned veteran goalkeeper. All
Can we
right.
have that, Marge?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on, Gary.
Yeah,
Taking
yeah. You want to move on now, right? You want to talk
taking
about these
positives from
negatives?
the
The
negative.
negatives started this.
Ray
They were
stabs
continuing
and
on this
moves. Stabs
season.
and moves, Gary.
Yeah. No, you know what? I like I said, you look at I look at those matches. They all count, right? They all count. So I look at the way that we set up against City, and I'm going, you know what? I don't. It's not a matter of who you had on the pitch; it's how you play to their strengths and allow them to actually get something out of the match. And you basically set them up to fail, and they failed. So what do you say then? Is it on the players, or is it or is it on the way that they were set up, right? He's got his players in. We've seen them play back to back, multiple games now. And we've got backups in the right spot so far. But we're going to need backups all across the field, right? Because players will need to rest. Players might get whatever happens, and they're going to need to
Mhm.
rest and sit out of matches. So, as I said multiple times, I think we're like 13, 14 deep right now in terms of the number of players that are Arteta players. Because I think the other ones they're just hanging out right now. He doesn't want to. He doesn't have the confidence in them. So hopefully, we'll see how that all pans out. But yeah.
BX kind of said if we win and Chelsea lose, we'll be 3 points off the top. And as Brady said, beating United will, in some ways, will be more advantageous to us than beating Liverpool and not beating Manchester United.
If you get 3 points out of playing Liverpool and United, you take them however they come.
Yeah.
So you take
Yeah.
if you get 3 points at Liverpool and you for some reason fail against United, it's a wash in terms of your expectations, right?
No, he said Josh Kroenke only shows his face in PR exercise in public when we're on the unbeaten run. True enough.
Yeah.
But like every other head of an organization, you're gonna talk and you're gonna implement when things are going right. If we lose, it will be about the manner of the loss for me. Exactly.
Yeah, well, for me. That's all about the performance. It's nothing to do with the result. So, if we lost 4-0, and I can look at it and go, you know what? We just either one, we don't have the players yet, or two, they're just not ready. Right? They're just not ready. But this is our style of play. We always talk about what's our style of play. If we see it to some degree, and we've kind of seen it to some degree this season, just not a lot. But if we see it and we're not able to get something out of the match, then as long as we can build on it, we'll be fine. What is that? I didn't read all that.
The Wolves are looking for Chris from Tony.
Ah,
If you lose against a better team, fair enough. Exactly, we're going to hold our hands up. It's sometimes a lack of endeavor by a team that is not on it. Where's Ray's hoodie? I'll break that out as it gets a bit cooler. And Noe, thanks for the compliment on the hairstyle. It is COVID hair and it's tied back.
oh, it's tied back. I was going to say, do you chop it a little bit?
He's got to go, Ray.
What, Tony?
Said old Rzicki's got to go.
Old Rzicki's got to go.
This comment here is basically how we've looked against the top 4 teams in the league in most matches.
Our biggest flaw in the past was looking weak and like a deer caught in the headlights. These days we look better, organized, and ready for a fight. Okay, so listen, the title I put up here for the banner. I'm going to start with you, Tony. I'm going to ask you to take a positive from the negative. So give me a couple of positive points, and we'll go around the house here. What you've seen this season? Anything positive?
Yeah, the young players are clicking together, which I was wanting 4 years ago to go in with 22 to 25-year-old players instead of buying either 19-year-olds or 32-year-old players that we shouldn't be buying. It was a nice middle ground there.
A lot of hitchhikers gone missing around your way, Tony. Inflammatory comments.
Anybody see that the movie The Hitcher? French fries? That's what I would say. Just French fries.
Neighbors reporting strange goings on up at the old tuna ranch.
And weird things are happening to the French fries.
I feel like I got a heckler, Ray.
Yeah.
Who's the stand guy that's heckling me?
Yeah.
So we should combine Tony's Turner wrench to Mahir's lightning strikes on the last podcast. Go back and check that. That's a scary movie right there with that location. We took points from a lot of games we would have lost last season. Gary, any positives from what you've seen negative lately?
Positives from there. Well, I think some of I guess the negatives are that at least it doesn't matter who he brings in. He has a style of playing in the past. We always seem to like the players that came in didn't seem to have a clue as to what they needed to do, and we're seeing a lot more of that. We're seeing them actually come in with the right instructions now, right? Now we've got like we knew we had Zombie and we had Tavaj coming
Gosh.
in, and so far now we see Maitland Niles come in, and we haven't seen any changes, right, in terms of the way we're playing. Right now, I think Lacazette sits ahead of Erdogan, but I think Erdogan can do what Arteta wants as well. So I think we've kind of got that's probably 14 players right there. If you think of our starting, 11 plus some of those players that we have. So yeah, I think that's a positive from the negatives that we had in the past is that we Arteta has his guys now. I mean, it comes up multiple times. Does he have
His
to have
team.
his guys? Does he have to have his players to get something out of them? And the answer should be no. He doesn't have to have his players to get something out of the players, but he does if he's a young manager who doesn't know how to coach
Hmm.
and manage his players. So
Yeah.
those are the things you have to deal with.
All right. I'll give you a positive from the negative so far. So positive is we've already played Chelsea at home. We played United City away from home, and we're going to play Liverpool away from home. We're going to play United away from home, Everton. So we're gonna take. It's a tough schedule, but we're going to tick off a lot of difficult fixtures here. Just in this caption you see below right now, Liverpool away next, and Newcastle, and maybe we'll go through the next toward the end. We'll go through the next 4 or 5.
You doing a future show? What about can you give me something from the past? I wouldn't even like to. I wouldn't even go Chelsea in the city matches or anything to build on. I
The positive thing is that those fixtures
they're
are
behind us
out of the
now.
way
Okay.
behind us. Yeah,
Can
and we are in a
you give me a
decent
better one
position.
than that?
Yeah,
What can you give me a better? Because that's not that good if you
I
think
can give
about
you
it.
more. I can give you more. I can give you. The academy has produced Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. Not only that, they've um, they've been used in the Arsenal team, and Arsenal have had a willingness to play young players, and that will show other young players around the league, maybe the lower leagues, to have that. If you have the hunger to come to a big team with a history, and Arsenal would be the team that you could come to, rather than a United, rather than a Liverpool, a City, or a Chelsea, because you have a chance to get England recognition through Arsenal as well, and that's something
Was that
very
a
important.
negative before?
It was a negative before was that Arsenal was not deemed in the last couple of years. We were not an attractive proposition. You wouldn't say that a young player would openly want to come to Arsenal in the last 2 years, Gary. But now you're going to see Ramsdale's got his first cap for England. Emil Smith Rowe recently got his first cap, and then he capped that with his first goal. So congratulations to Emil Smith Rowe. Congratulations to Ramsdale. And of course, Saka, he's got quite a number of caps now with England. So we're showing that our team is getting better. We're showing young players can come to Arsenal and have a route for international recognition, which is a little over. It's actually a year away now. The next World Cup is a year away from now. So I think that's a good. I think that's a good positive from the negativity that we had surrounding Arsenal, Gary. I probably have a couple more if you want me to bring them up as well.
Does Tony have any positives from the negatives?
Yeah, Tony, he started this off, so let's go around again, and it'll make it more and more difficult as we go through it. Any
So
more
we're supposed
positives?
more positives.
Yeah, I got
Um,
one for you. Granit Xhaka is back in training.
Positive
You know,
is we haven't lost since
I should
Granit
kick you off
Xhaka's
the
been
show right
gone.
now. I don't even care if it's
Did
your
you hear
show.
me, Ray?
You should be kicked off because you should.
Ray,
Yes, Tony.
we haven't lost since Granit Xhaka's got his red cards and his injury.
That is a positive. Let's talk about that. I mean, you're showing Gary. You want to start off talking about it, Tony? Expand a little bit more.
I'll start off. We've discovered Sambi is way better than Xhaka. I think
Hmm.
anybody is because
Okay, thank you for
you're not
saying
going
that.
backwards. You're not passing the ball backwards.
He's right.
And
Yeah.
what's our main thing we've had this year? Tempo. With Granit Xhaka, you have no tempo. He's been gone. Oh my God, we're winning. We're
The
playing good
ball,
in
the
the
ball is
midfield.
moving forward a little bit faster. Yep.
Who would ever thought so? Not Uncle Artie. He loves him some granite.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Gary.
If you want to talk about form, then you look at Zombie, right? Right, because you were talking about, if
Would you start Odegaard, Gary?
in this match,
I
it
think
all
you have to. I think you have to mention his name as well. I think that's where Ridley's
Erdegaard.
going with
I
this.
said
We need a Swedish
Erdegaard.
chef.
Yeah, nah. I think I'm starting to get his understand his. I'm starting to say it close to the way it's supposed to sound. So
Good.
You
Erdegaard.
don't
No,
have to
you
go
got
to
it.
Martin there as
No,
much as you used to,
I
Gary.
I'm torn because I think they can go either way. Either they can bring Lacazette in there, or they can bring in Erdegaard. So I think they can go either way, and I wouldn't like. This is where we want to be, right? Where they can actually switch in and out players depending on what Arteta wants. You know, if he's going to
Mhm.
be thinking a little bit more, for me, a little bit more attacking and stuff like that, then maybe Erdogan is the one you bring in. But for me, if you're thinking we might need a little bit more solidity in that middle, I think Lacazette brings that and keeps everybody together. Erdogan is still kind of young in that respect, so I
Mhm.
don't. So I think, yeah, yeah. So I think
I think
we can go multiple ways depending on what Arteta wants, right?
Saturday is going to be a tough game. If you put Odegaard in there, it's going to be a tough game for him on Saturday. I
So
see a
then,
physical game on Saturday.
yeah, to me that's yeah. Yeah. And his physicality is
Not there.
not ready yet. It's not there
Mhm.
yet. So I mean
I see
that's
him
you see the difference
falling
between
off.
him and Millsworth Rowe, right? Millsworth Rowe is used to this. This is how he's played all his life.
Yeah.
Erdogan is something new, which he would have hopefully have seen it last season. So to some degree, I felt like this shouldn't be a surprise to him, but it seems like it is.
And I think the formation as well. We've kind of moved on from Odegaard for now, Gary.
Yeah.
4-4-2, 4-4-1-1, whatever it is, Tony.
Yeah, they even
Uh,
ESPN
it
says
says four
four
it says
four
four
one
one
one.
one.
Ray.
Yeah, it
four
says
four
four
one
one
one.
one on the football reference site. So I don't know if that's the Bible for football,
Yeah,
but
he's quoting ESPN when he tells me that.
yeah,
But either way, Erdegaard doesn't fit into that formation, Gary.
no, not yet. No, he's not ready yet, which is fine. But it's just disappointing because I I think once again they spent a lot of money on him, and I thought Ramsdale was where they may have wasted money in the sense that they didn't get rid of Leno. So for me, Ramsdale is more about Leno than it is about him. Erdogan, we can't. What matches can we put him in? Any matches that require us to do a lot of work, he can't. He can't help us out right now, right? The Brighton match stands out, and then the emergence of Lacazette in a lot of matches is showing what you need to do.
Little bit unlucky for him not scoring against Watford as well. I think
Mm.
that ball was going in. Don Juan, thanks for joining, and of
Yeah,
course
yeah,
Angel FC,
yeah.
thanks for
You
being
can blame
part.
Aubameyang for that one. Yeah, he was having a bad day.
The eager striker,
Hmm.
the greedy striker. I mean, I still think Stevie G will improve Villa. Good appointment, and Stan, the Liverpool lads were quite happy with Stevie G. They thought he had to take the opportunity to come to the Premier League when it presented itself. And Gary, that Premier League is stocked full of managers and coaches that are worth their salt, right?
Yeah, no, I mean he's done work right away from the Premier League, and now he gets to come in. And I mean, some people think that the reason why his contract ends in 2024 is it may coincide when Klopp is gone. So yeah,
Great appointment
yeah, and
for
I did see that. Yeah, is it Geo? I don't even know how you say his Bron.
Geo Van Bronckhorst has gone
Yeah,
to
I
Rangers,
saw that
so
he's yeah. So Arsenal's all over there. We're all over there. Yeah. So
I'd be tempted to start Odegaard and bench Aubameyang.
if he would bench Aubameyang, then yeah, but he never. I don't think
Uh,
there's certain players he
I
just won't
wouldn't
do that.
start Odegaard in there either way. Um, Former Arsenal man GVB Rangers interested indeed. One to keep an eye on. Um, I would start Emil Smith Rowe on the left and Lacazette up front. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Xhaka playing is the difference. The difference is we are playing higher up the pitch. Our two central
And it
defenders
not playing the difference
are
because
pushed
we
up the
won't be doing
halfway
those
line
things if he
plus
was
Spain.
on the pitch.
Likely, Tony, we will get a look and see what that looks like in January. Um,
No,
okay.
put your Star Wars shirt on. No,
Well, here we go. If Zombie and Maitland Niles is a good tandem in the middle, why would you change that?
Because Granit Xhaka is first choice. See
So
how
you
it,
see,
well,
so you see how you said first
see,
choice, but he's not
yeah,
our best midfielder, right? So big difference there. It's like a personal choice has nothing to do with actually how you play the position, and it's kind of stupid, right? That's really dumb.
it's like I know Tierney's going to play on Saturday.
No, but Tyranny is not a you. Okay, wait a second. You're comparing Tyranny to Xhaka.
No,
That's what you just did with that
no,
comment.
I just said it's like I know Tierney's going to play
No,
on
but you're
Saturday.
in the same conversation as a Xhaka conversation. You're gonna bring in Tyranny.
The same way
Nah,
I
I'm sorry,
know
Ray.
Granit Xhaka
No,
is going
I'm
to
not gonna
play
let
in
that one
January.
slide. No, we're
I
gonna have
know
to
what
fight here. We're
Arteta's
gonna have
going
to
to
fight.
do.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
you're saying
saying.
no. You compared you indirectly. You're making it seem like it's the same thing, and it's not even
Well,
close.
in Mikel Arteta's mind, it's the same thing. Tierney and Xhaka may be first choices for him,
No,
right?
no, Tierney. I think Tierney's a number
So,
one left back, right?
uh,
Yeah, whether you don't you ain't not, but choice, yes, definitely choice.
Tony,
I just wanted to know where I can donate to yours and Gary's couple therapy counseling.
This is how we work things out, Tony. We just do it
yeah,
on the air,
Live on air.
live on the
the
air.
fighting is done in front of the children. It's
We don't
for
want to see what happens
entertainment
behind
Yeah,
purposes.
closed
that's
doors.
the thing, right? Stand there, play behind a striker. We don't have a striker.
Yeah, we do.
Who?
Uh, Stan,
Lacazette,
I can
the guy that
agree.
should be
He's
taking
not
our
gonna
penalty
play him as
kicks.
a striker, though. You know
He's
that.
not missed a penalty kick for us.
That's
Why is
not.
Well,
That
Aubameyang
doesn't mean
taking
he's
it?
a striker for
Stan's
Arsenal.
going to play him as a number 10 with a lone striker up top, and I just don't think we have enough.
Unfortunately,
I
because we
don't
don't
think we
have
have enough.
another young
I
striker.
And
don't think that would work,
yeah,
Stan,
I,
apparently.
yeah, I don't, and I don't think. For me, I don't think Lacazette up at the top is gonna. I don't think he's gonna. He doesn't provide what we want up there, right? I mean, what we
I think he does. It worked last year. Did it not
Um,
work last December and
do you like him
January?
better where he is now when he comes
who?
in, or do you like him, or what we were doing last year with him?
I liked him
Lacazette?
better last
Yeah,
year when him and Smith Rowe
Well,
were linking up.
you know what? I'm happy either way, but I like what he's doing now with the team because we have Emil Smith Rowe in the team, or we had him back then as well. But I think we're scoring goals now. Don Juan disagrees with you, Tony. I think we play this new system because of Arteta's confidence in Ben White and
the
Gabriel.
confidence is the only thing that Arteta is. That's what he. And sometimes it's blind confidence, right? He had blind confidence in Willian, even though and
Mm.
that's it had nothing to do with form because he didn't even look at form. If he did, he wouldn't have played so much. It had to do with confidence in, I have confidence. I'm going to bring this player in. He's going to work for me no matter what. That's the kind of the confidence that he has, and it doesn't necessarily translate to form.
Stefan could see Steven Gerrard managing Liverpool. I think that's why he's made the move to the Premier League.
Yeah,
Stefan to be ready for that position, much
yeah.
like Patrick Vieira. I think readying himself for the Arsenal job when and if that comes up. Nah, he's definitely got some catching up to do. I don't see him coming right back in. That could be Erdegaard. We could sell Xhaka. Maybe he's talking about Xhaka as well, the ex-gunner. We could sell Xhaka in January. Sterling has improved so much under Pep. Sterling is a wonder. What do you think about this Sterling to Arsenal rumors, Tony?
I don't think he's the type of player we need.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think he's too big of a player, too big, too big of a light, maybe to. I think to maybe complement what we have going on right there. Obviously, there's a case to be made that he could complement, and that's just my gut telling me. Gary,
Who does he move out of the way?
Pepe, maybe Emil
No,
Smith
Pepe
Rowe
doesn't start.
Pepe's not starting, Ray.
on the left. Emil Smith Rowe.
And where's Emil Smith Rowe go to the bench?
Or does Zuba go to the bench? Who goes to the bench, Ray?
So I like the thought of him coming in, but I'm just like, what do And to me, if Arteta was the type of manager I think he is, he could bring Sterling in and he could sit Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. He could do that because he knows what because it's not necessarily that they're the player they're going to be today, right? Because some of us are already talking that with today's beer, the show is Cape May. It is if you can see that it's IPA Coastal Evacuation or Coastal Evacuation.
How does it taste with lobster, Gary?
Tastes Everything tastes good with lobster, so I'm not gonna say. Well, what doesn't taste good with lobster?
Mm-hmm.
No lobster.
Toothpaste.
That's the only thing that doesn't taste good with lobster is no lobster. There's such a thing. But
Playing
yeah,
under Arteta wages, London scoring goals at will. I'd sell Alba and start Sterling up front. Gary,
yeah. Well, that's it. We can't get a Aubameyang to sit now. Maybe. You know,
this could be true here. Be interesting to see if would he regress under us after leaving City.
the things that he does, the things that I've seen him do, he'll have opportunity to do that with Arsenal. Yeah.
Coastal evacuation. I think we all thought the same thing, right?
Did I say? What did I say? That's what I said, right?
Yeah, coastal evacuation.
Yeah, that's
It's
what it's
just
called.
that's,
Like, get out, and it's got a car with some all the luggage and stuff on top of the car, so they're getting out of
ah
there.
right.
Mayonnaise
Right.
with lobster. Oh no, no. You know what? If you're having a lobster roll, then that's the only way you get the
A
lobster
little bit
close
of mayo.
to the mayonnaise.
A little
That's the
bit of
only
mayo.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming soon, Gary's Lobster
Mart-
Podcast.
Martinelli came in as a striker, put Sterling on the right, and Emil Smith Rowe at the 10.
See, those are future for me. That's a future.
Yeah, that
That's
would
two
be the
years from
back
now where we're
to
doing
four
that
two
and we're
three
like
one.
laughing because nobody has an answer for it, and we're not there yet. So, and this is the same thing with our Arteta. We want Arteta 5 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Are we willing to wait?
No, I'm gonna tell Mahir you were here as well tonight.
Mm,
So just happy to see you back
yes.
for once again.
So if you can join us on Sunday,
Yeah,
I'm here should be there.
you'll
So
be
if
back.
you're around, yeah, it'd be nice to see you on Sunday as well.
Definitely keep coming back, Matt. No, I know you've been busy, but come on, spend some time with us.
Yeah, that would
You
be
should
nice to sell. Selling a Aubameyang would be nice, and
Join our
maybe,
family.
maybe he Arteta can leave some text messages for Pep. Like, I think you need a striker. I don't know. That's what I've been hearing. Maybe you need a striker.
And Gary, the viewers should know they should not be busy when we're live. This is their downtime. This is their relaxation time, right? Or maybe it's their busy time. Who knows?
Yeah.
Where'd Steven get lost at? He should be
Okay.
here.
Congratulations, Noah. You've been busy because you're a father now.
Oh, I know what that's all about, dude. I've done that 4 times. It
Gary
doesn't.
just
You
doesn't
know
like them
what?
when they're
You
at
know
the
what?
older stages. They require more
It
time.
doesn't stop. So you're gonna have to find some time for yourself.
It's more
In
than
that
18 years
in it.
usually now, anyway, as well. It's like
Oh
30
no,
years.
definitely. I got what 21-year-old. So still.
When is Gary's Lobster YouTube channel coming?
Ooh.
We really need to rip up our striking options and completely start out. Yeah, Stan, I think that's the next move is the reformation of our forward line. We've done work at the back with our defenders. We're picking up a lot of clean sheets now, Tony. In the last 4 or 5 games, we've not conceded. It's all makes me worry because I'm a man about averages, and that means Liverpool will probably score on us at the weekend. But we've done
I still
well.
got a lot of faith in Gabrielle and Ramsdale. Be nice to see Ramsdale pumped up for this game.
Well, you know what you know what you're playing. This is no different than the Chelsea match, right? You have Lukaku in there. There's certain ways you play Lukaku. It doesn't matter who's playing. You know certain things you cannot do to him. Same thing with Salah. You know, if you do the same thing, you have to make him work a little bit. I think when you let him run free, you're in trouble. Really, that's what I feel. So
Sterling runs like my missus in her heels, carrying her hand back for 2 months after class.
oh, you know what? Yeah. He
Kind
puts
of,
himself,
kind of see that, right?
he puts himself in some good positions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish his finishing was better because then he would, if his finishing was better, there's no way he would be leaving for me. Based on what I've seen him do in the Euros and what he does for City. I mean, he puts himself in some good situations. He just doesn't finish as good as I think he could.
So I have another positive to take here as we face these teams ahead in our schedule. Um, when we face Manchester United on December 2nd, they will have faced Watford away from home, Villarreal away from home, and Chelsea away from home. So what I'm looking at is some of these teams to beat these rivals up before we meet them. So before Manchester United meet us, they will have probably faced Chelsea, and we know they probably would have lost there. West Ham have Rapid Vienna away from home, City away, Brighton at home, and Chelsea at home, and Burnley away. So those are some tough fixtures for those two teams to come facing us against. One other thing, Tony, I wanted to talk about the significance of flight number 67. Um, Here we go. Here's Ray spinning the numbers, Tony. So listen up, listen carefully. Flight
This is
six.
when Ray does not have faith in Arsenal. He goes to the weather forecast.
It's not only that.
Not
67.
only that.
There's more to
Yes,
this.
you admitted to it, Ray.
I'm bringing this to you
The
first.
cracks in my armor.
You like form tables. So since December 26th, 35 games, we have accrued 67 points. That's not bad.
I'll bring up your little percentage of our goal thing, Ray.
Since December 26th, Arsenal have accrued 67 points from 35 games. That's 20 wins, 7 draws, and 8 losses.
Yeah, but who cares? What's their percentage to our goal, Ray?
Oh, we're at third. We're close. We're good there. We're good.
Well, what is our average? Because you always you want us to get close to 2. So what are we
Yeah,
at?
we're
Do you know?
flicking out. We're average right now is 1.81.
Cool.
So we're very close to that. After this win, we've had 30% towards target of 66 points. So yeah, all good stuff. Any other points to make before we move on to the Premier League preview and the upset challenge? I will take a few more comments.
Well,
And
you're cruising
listen,
through it, Ray.
What?
You're going fast.
I'm going too fast.
Yeah,
Well,
you
now you
said
hit 3
positive. You
hours.
said taking positives from negatives. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm. Well, I guess for me, some of our negatives have been basically we haven't been able to score, and what's been really nice is that Emil Smith Rowe really doesn't need you to set goals up for him anymore. He's always ready to shoot.
Yeah,
So at
that's
least
good. That's good.
that's I mean, he hasn't been, and that's where we are. He's there ready to shoot no matter what. At some point, we're going to actually run an attack and finish it off with a goal, right? Consistently. So that's what we're still lacking, right? Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Emil Smith Rowe because I did want to talk about him, Gary. In our previews and our prediction podcasts, we said we need a little bit more from certain players, Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. I don't think Saka's given us the end product yet. I know you've talked about Saka being present for 80% of the game, but giving us 20% output, something like that, right?
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
I think Emil Smith Rowe stepped up. He scored quite a few goals for us now. Um, so talk about Emil Smith Rowe. He has that knack. We haven't seen a midfielder probably since Ramsey to be able to come into the box and be ready, be there for where the ball's breaking, having that composure to finish, to hit the target.
Yeah, well, as I say, he's prepared to shoot whenever he's around the box. I mean, it's the only way you score if you're ready to shoot. I mean, you see it. I see it too many times in every facet of football that you see out there. Players just never ready. They always have to take an extra touch. And he's
It
shown that
feels
if
like
you, if
Gary's always has to just shout, "Shoot the damn ball!"
it's just extra touch for, yeah. So he's shown that you don't need to set the ball up. You just need to, be prepared to shoot and put your foot up, put your foot through it. So yeah, no, he's
Hey,
been good.
Ty,
Hello, Taib. And hello to I don't know if I've said hello to everybody in the chat, but hello again. If I did
you've been
miss
too
out,
busy poking me. You've been too busy picking on me.
picking on
First,
you. No, I'm just trying to make you see the light, man. Yeah, yeah.
late again, Ty. Granny
That's all right.
Norma
That's all right.
waiting with her cane. Would you guys have Ramsey back in January, Gary?
Ramsey, which one is there? Like a Ramsey I don't know of?
Aaron Ramsey.
No,
He's willing
no.
to come back.
If we're not no,
If
no.
we're not having Sterling, we probably aren't having Ramsey either.
No, well, wait a second. How do you compare the two? How do
They're
you compare Ramsey and
high profile
Sterling?
players that can help us.
Sterling can help us more than Ramsey can.
Both of them can.
Ramsey can't help us. I'm sorry.
He was better last season and he didn't do enough. I love the guy more than about
Yeah,
any player we've
I
had the
don't.
last 10 years.
Ramsey
He
isn't going
didn't
to
do the
help
job,
us,
Ray.
and not if the team has
He's
a
past
plan.
his
Which
form.
the plan
Yes,
is
I
to go
agree.
young, right? And
Yep,
Ramsey doesn't get us younger.
yep, I agree. Definitely. Tony, you wouldn't take Ramsey back either, right?
Nope.
No Ramsey. Yeah, it's kind of a moot point. Um, one of the other. Okay, this is kind of a negative thing. I'm going to hit you with now. We've done
You
quite
have
well.
those, Ray? I didn't think you had
I've got a
negatives.
negative point. I've got a negative point. But maybe
Wow.
we haven't beaten a team above ninth place so far this season. There, that's a negative point, right? We haven't beaten Brighton, we haven't beaten Chelsea, and we haven't beaten Manchester City. We have an opportunity to do this in the next few weeks, Gary. Coming up, you saw the team, so let's do this now. Let's try and take the next 5 games, Gary, and see what you can expect from these 5 games. Just take those 5 games: Liverpool away, Newcastle at home, Manchester United away, Everton, and we'll stop it at Southampton. So 5 games. What are you expecting? Everyone else can play in the comments section as well.
No,
You haven't thought about this already.
no, I haven't thought about that. No, I mean, at least 10 points from
He
those
doesn't
five.
have a fancy Menudo notebook, Ray.
No, I think we should get at least ten
You're
points
harsh.
from those 5 games. At least 10.
All right. Let's do predictions for the Liverpool game tomorrow. We'll go through them that way. Gary, what do you think's gonna? Not tomorrow. Well, it is tomorrow in England. Saturday against Liverpool. What's gonna happen?
As my heart says 1-1, but if I'm going to put money down, it's going to be 2-1. So
Yeah.
I'm not. So
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think we won't win the game, but I'll be happy to take a draw. Tony, Saturday, Liverpool away.
I think with their injuries, with our form, with the young players clicking, we've been lucky. Now it's time to go out there and actually do some good football, get a win. I think we should win. So I'll go 2-1.
Tony's going for 3 points on Saturday. Um, Good job, Tony. Newcastle, Gary, at home. It's got to be a must-win, right?
yep.
No, he said 2-2 draw. Liverpool. Reddy's got a 3-1 Liverpool win, and BX Gunner's going for the 2-1 win for Arsenal.
When did I become a super positive one?
I know. That's why there was a moment of silence there. We were shocked. Gary's got 3 points. I've got 3 points against Newcastle. It's a must-win
Gary's
game.
got his jaw on the floor looking for lobsters.
Tony, Newcastle at home. Will we beat them?
Should be easy win.
Yeah. And imagine they go down, Gary. Imagine Newcastle drop down to the next league under that ownership.
That'd be funny. I mean, they're 5 points away right now from getting out of the relegation zone. So, yeah, and Watford isn't that bad. So, and Villa just got a new manager. Leeds isn't that bad. Brentford might be the one team that stays upright that came over.
Man United, Gary. We go away to Man United. We don't beat. Say you and I say we don't beat Liverpool. So Man United is got to be a big fixture then.
Yeah, see, I have at least 10 points. So for me, it's I have at least 10 points. So the only way I
So you're
see us
trying to
getting it, see,
you're trying to like fiddle with the numbers here to figure
well,
out
no,
where
no,
we're
the
going to
only way
win.
You do that, Ray. That's your
the way I see that happening is we're
Witchwork.
gonna get 4
Witchcraft.
points out of these two matches, right? I just don't see. I don't know which one. I don't really care which one. It would be nice to help put another nail in Ole's coffin, but then again, we might want to keep him around, so maybe we draw. So
Oh, with United.
yeah, I mean, who do they play? Who do they play? They play midweek before that. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, they play Villarreal. So United are going to play Villarreal, and then they play Chelsea in the league, and then they play us.
So they're gonna play Chelsea and Chelsea what in midweek?
I don't know exactly. Want me to put dates down as well?
Well, I just was wondering how much time
No,
do they
it's
have
probably
time
going to
to.
be a week off in between.
Okay, so yeah, so no, I mean the only thing that could happen is they might get a red card, right? So another red card. So, but
By the
no,
way, we got
like I said, I like to. Let's get the win here. Yeah.
okay. Gary's getting 3 points at Old Trafford. I'll take a draw at Old Trafford, so 4 points out of 9 there. Tony,
I think this is another one where the young players are using spirit. And we pick up another win on the road.
3 in a row for Tony. Who would have said? Gary, Everton away from home. Oh, the fourth
Well,
game.
yeah. So this is gonna be my draw, I guess. So this is like that. This is the.
United is a Thursday night game. Oh,
Oh, interesting.
we'll be live hours after that.
Wow. Okay.
There's-
Fresh thoughts from us, Ray. Fresh thoughts.
So that means they're playing Chelsea on the weekend, and then they're playing us on a short week.
Yep.
Interesting. That's it. And that's a tough time, right? Because we play Newcastle on Saturday, United on Thursday, and then Everton on Monday. It's be a tough stretch. Hmm. Mm, mm. Yeah, no, that's why I have to draw for that one. So Everton for me is a draw.
Everton draw, Gary. I think we got to go there and get a win because like haven't given us a win at Liverpool or Old Trafford. Tony has given us 3 wins in a row. Will we get 4 in a row at Tony at Everton?
That one will be a draw, Ray.
All right. Thursday's show just got better.
Yeah, imagine now we play United and we get to talk about it immediately right after. So
Mm-hmm.
that'd be cool.
Eddie Howe's like Scott Parker, both can talk a good game. Next one up, last of the group, what we're going to do Southampton away from home. We beat them 3-1 last year after sacrificing the FA Cup on the weekend before that, Gary.
Yeah, we get the win here.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Tony.
An under 23 Arsenal club to be able to beat Southampton.
So Tony's got um, 13 points out of 15, which is outstanding. We'll
Go
take
big
that.
or go home, Ray.
Gary's cobbled his 10 points together somehow.
13
Some
out,
of your
13 out
math
of
work,
how do you
Ray.
get 13 out of 15?
4 wins and a draw.
Pretty easy, Gary. Easy math.
Oh, that's right. He has his. Well, I was just like, you have his beating Liverpool, so I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's that. Okay.
And I've
You
got
know what? I'll take I take whatever Tony's having. I'll have 2 of those, please.
double it. I'll take a double of whatever Tony's having.
I mean, you know, I want to believe. I want to
I
believe,
want to
but
believe.
you know, I think for the team's growth, I don't, you know, that would be a nice stretch of games. I can't. I find us winning if we beat Liverpool. I find us having a blip somewhere because of that. It's really
Mhm.
hard to come down at, you know, and get back level headed after a match like that on the road, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could see us coming into in Newcastle and it's having a stinker of a game. So
Um, Gary, I'm going to duck out for a second. Is there any topics you want to talk about? I'll be gone for just 1 minute.
yeah, I got something here. So let's see, Tony. So
Be
oh
right
my
back.
Unicorn
goodness,
talk.
I'll be
huh?
right back. Then we'll go through the Premier League fixtures.
All right, we'll do that. Yeah.
What's your topic, Gary?
Well, I got a couple of comments here, or a couple of things here. So I don't know if we even talked about this. So either you decide. So it's either Partey and who, or no overthinking. And you know
No
that's Arteta.
overthinking.
All right, so we're talking about no overthinking. So Arteta, here we go. Please, Arteta, please make it easy for you. Make it easy
Go
for
with
your
what
team.
works, Gary. It's pretty simple, right?
Exactly. You got a squad that can do a lot of things. Make sure that's all you ask them to do.
I just don't want to see us playing that sit back counter attacking football. I'm so afraid of seeing that.
I can see to some degree I can see like the counter attacking, but yeah, it for me it's got to stop in the midfield. Like you can let give them some time on the ball, but it can't be in our defensive third. It
Then
can't
you
be.
need then
We
you need
can't.
Tavad and Tamiyasu also pressing forward to help with it.
So that's for me. That's kind of what if we're going to do that counter attacking, for me, it can't be like we can absorb them all the way back to our back line. I don't see.
That's
He,
what
you know,
Arteta likes to do, though, Gary. That's what's scary.
yeah, yeah. He needs to push, like you said, he needs to push that up a little bit. So for me, that's the no overthinking. Like it doesn't matter what he decides to do, but he has to make sure that they do it. All right. So, and
Welcome back, Ray.
Ray's back. So now we can stop talking about him and move on to the next subject.
I'm realizing what I've missed from being with you guys podcasting. So thank you for that tonight.
What did you miss?
The banter.
Oh,
can't do.
Well, because I haven't been here for 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah, of course. Steve's going to be kicking himself. He probably fell asleep somewhere. There's been quite a number of flop managers over the years, all the while. So, what was the point you were bringing up there, Gary? Just as a filler in between,
Not
Yeah,
overthinking.
not overthinking.
Or
Oh
to
look, Gray is
overthink.
back. It says
You know what he means. Stop playing
I think
stupid, Ray.
is that good or a bad type? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, want to go through. I haven't really picked out my upset pick, but I have a couple marked off, and
I haven't even looked up a fucking schedule yet, Ray.
You haven't yet either.
so just
I
give
haven't
us
looked
the
up a
teams
schedule,
and their
so.
rankings, and
Yeah,
then we'll
just
be good to go.
yeah. All right, we'll start off the first game, obviously, of the weekend. It's a good one. It's Leicester at home to Chelsea, Gary, and Brendan Rodgers. Rumors about the Manchester United um, manager's job around him, which he's denying again.
Yeah, no, that is going to be an interesting game.
Do you think first of all the Manchester United are sounding out managers around the leagues and looking for them just in case Ole is going to get the sack?
I don't. Who knows what they're thinking? It's one. It's one of those things. What did they not see enough from Ole? Has he done some? Is he going to change up on them or anything? I don't. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think
Yes.
anybody. No, not many fans are sitting there going, "All right, I think we've got the manager for the future. You just need some time." I don't think that's the case there. So yeah, this could go really really ugly, but this could also be that match that we always talk about. Do they come out of this match with some points? You know. Also, I think Lukaku is out. He's still out, right? They don't have a striker. But for many believe Chelsea's playing better without him. So
I think Chelsea started so well, Gary, that they're almost due for a slip somewhere.
yeah. But I mean, they've given up 4 goals so far this season. Four,
You only need to give up one to lose the game.
4 goals. Oh, come on. Four
Does that
goals.
mean does that mean they're not going to concede?
They've only given up 4.
That means they're going to give up about 20 for the remainder of the season, right?
We're talking about United, right? Who are they playing again? Leicester.
Leicester and Chelsea.
We're talking about
Leicester.
Chelsea.
Oh my!
You
You
know,
brought up United, and I just went off.
So let me
Mindset
ask you
there.
one thing, Gary. If you concede only 4 goals after 11 games, does that mean you're only going to concede 8 goals after 22 games?
I'm not even gonna answer that. I don't even know
Or
if I
12
should.
goals
Am I
after
supposed to answer
33
that?
games?
you
No, I'm not
gotta
gonna answer.
dignify that question.
I know
I,
exactly.
yeah, I know. I see the point you're making is that they've been very secure.
No, the defense has been pretty good, right? And
Mhm.
and Leicester's has not been so good. So I kind of Chelsea's gonna win this one. So yeah, I can't see any other way. So. Right, I think
Leicester,
Pogba is still out, right? He's still out for this one. So
Pogba.
yeah, I think he's still out though.
It's Leicester City versus Chelsea.
Oh my gosh! What's going
Give on the
on?
program, Gary.
Gary's getting the yellow card.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, give me the card. Oh yeah. I got
Yeah,
Now
the card for
United.
dissent from
I
Gary.
threw him off because I was talking about the Manchester United job
Dissent, Gary. Dissent.
and Rodgers.
No, Chelsea wins this one. Leicester, I don't think is going to be able to pull it much. I would like to see that. I just can't see it right now. Not to, when we start getting into these multiple games in the week, then we'll see these kind of upsets and stuff, these little surprises that we're not expecting, but not this first one back.
Okay, Tony.
I
Leicester
think
versus
it's gonna be a
Chelsea.
tight. I think it's gonna be a tight one. I think Leicester at home, they get the draw.
I think Leicester could surprise Chelsea here. coming back, players coming back from international duty. Uh, Leicester, and somebody mentioned Vardy. I actually, Gary, I thought Vardy would have a bad season, would be on the downward scale, but he's doing quite well. Gary having too much Sambuca, but I think I let him up the garden path talking about Manchester.
Yeah, no, when you brought in United, I kind of just went off on a tangent for no reason. So
Uh, I I think Leicester are good enough to get a draw against Chelsea, so I'll take a 1-1 there.
Hey
Um,
Ray, where's the standings at?
I will bring up the standings. Not a lot of movement while I was away. All of you gained 1.5 point on me. So yeah, because that's how it came down. Tony's 52.5, Sam 45, I'm 43, Gary's 32.5, Stan 27, and Darren 18.5. So yeah. Tony, Newcastle at home to Brentford. Brentford struggling a little bit in the last couple of games.
Yeah, they've been kind of struggling. Can I say draw?
Sure can, yeah. Gary, we thought Brentford would be. They have been the surprise package, but usually, a team like Sheffield United a few seasons back, they would go on to have a decent season. It looks like Brentford's sliding a little bit more.
yeah, I can't see them losing 5 in a row. So
Have they lost 4? Wow. They beat West Ham recently, didn't they? Or was that a draw?
not in the last 4 games they have.
Gary's just going by the form table, Ray.
I'm looking at the form. Yeah, yeah. So
He's going by
I
green, red, and gray blue squares.
yeah, no, I do think
Newcastle and Brentford. Newcastle 19, Brentford 14.
I think Brentford, gets yeah, I think Brentford wins this. So
Brentford lost to Norwich. They lost to Burnley, which Stan picked out. Well done, Stan. They lost to Leicester. They lost to Chelsea. Yeah, their last win was against West Ham, which West Ham have been a strong team, and it's going to be interesting when we face West Ham ourselves. Yeah, I'll take Newcastle. I would take Newcastle to beat Brentford. It's not going to be my upset pick, but I think Newcastle will beat Brentford. Tony, did you already do that? You've given.
Yep.
Okay. Next one up, Tony. Burnley at home to Crystal Palace. 18th Burnley versus 10th place Crystal Palace.
I'm not going to go against Big Pat. Crystal Palace will win.
Crystal Palace win this one up at Turf Moor, Gary. It's going to be a tough
All
one.
right. No, not at Selhurst Park, right?
no, Crystal Palace plays a good game. So yeah,
Turf
they're
Moor.
gonna win.
It's at Burnley's ground. Crystal Palace win?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to pick that one as my upset win. I think Burnley will upset Crystal Palace. I'm going to pick that one. So put myself down for that. Burnley's going to beat Crystal Palace. Next one up, Stan has already picked Aston Villa as his upset pick to beat Brighton, 16th versus 7th place. I think Brighton are good enough for a draw there. I'll go for a draw. Tony, Aston Villa 16th versus Brighton 17th.
Yeah.
No,
Who
7th.
gives a shit? Game of a week. Yeah.
I love how Tony's picking out a game as who gives a shit game of the week. Aston
Sometimes
Villa
they're two
Brighton,
of
it's a pretty good game.
Who cares? They're at the bottom of the table. Nobody cares.
Gary,
Draw, Ray. Move on.
draw. Aston Villa and Brighton draw. Again, another team who've been doing well, Gary, Brighton, but they've slid a little bit in recent games. Now, let's remember, they drew up at Anfield as well. So if Arsenal are a goal down or even 2 goals down, let's remember Brighton were able to claw themselves back. So even if Liverpool do go ahead of us on Saturday, we've got to remember that teams have been able to come back against them, and it's not game over So just giving you some. I bought you some time to think about that, Gary. Uh, Aston Villa versus Brighton.
Mm, 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 mm. I am going to. I think who's home in this one?
Aston Villa are home, 16th versus Brighton.
Yeah, this is be my upset.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's much of a. It might be a manager's bounce. It might be home. It might be after losing what 5 in a row. Those players
Who's
don't
the
want
new
to.
Aston Villa manager? Is there a new manager or an interim manager? Oh, Stevie G. There you
Yeah.
go. Okay, well, we just talking about it already.
For a second, I was like, didn't we just?
I have to like mentally connect Steven Gerrard with Aston Villa.
I mean, they've lost 5 in a row. They're going to lose six. I don't see it, but I think they'll get something out of this match.
Steven Gerrard better than the Brighton manager.
I think he'll be able to get something out of this team. Right? They're playing at home, so yeah.
Like Stefan's comment there.
Tony Turner should really present match of the day. Doesn't he look like Jimmy Hill? You look a little bit like Jimmy Hill. And lots of
I'll
people
take
will
your
have
word
to,
for it since I don't know who the fuck he is, Ray.
you'll have to Google Jimmy Hill.
I'm not on Google. I just sent it to the group chat.
I will. Tony, Jimmy Hill, Turner at the Turner Ranch.
Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh,
Doesn't he look like him?
Tony, man, you don't got any friends, man. You got
Bad
no
Ray.
You got no friends, man. I'm trying to like find. Let me see if I can find any pictures where I go. Yeah, that's Tony. Now, oh, come on, guys. You know what it is, Tony? I think it is because your beard it hides your chin. So, yeah, that's what it is.
I saw somebody say, "Don't trust someone with a beard. Don't trust people with beards."
Yeah,
And Josh Kroenke, do you trust Josh Kroenke, Gary?
no. I sent Tony. There's your link. You can see some pictures of. You can see that.
You're gonna watch Tony look at Jimmy Hill in real time.
Yeah, so I want to see this face and see what he says when he clicks on this link. It shows all of the images.
You might see me
Of,
punch right through the screen.
yeah, exactly. Man, I'm your friend, all right, Tony. So don't punch me.
That was not my fault. That was somebody mentioning.
No, you were backing it up though,
Who
buddy.
mentioned match of the day? Stefan. Yeah. Tony
Come on,
should-
Ray. Take responsibility. This is your flight.
I'll be Daz Lynam and you can be Jimmy Hill.
Don't pick anybody for me, please. I don't want to have to punch you through the TV screen here.
All right. Let's get back on track here. Okay, Watford versus Man United, Gary.
Oh, God. Man, you know what? This would be a cool upset pick.
This would be a great upset. Remember, you did this last season. And you were doing quite well.
You know what
Come
I
on,
did
Gary,
because
goes
you know what
balls out.
it was.
Go for
Nobody
upset.
thought Liverpool would lose 6 in a row or 5 in a row, whatever it was. At 3 of them straight at home, and it was just ridiculous how
I
that
kept
went.
predicting those games, though. So I did.
Yeah, so I picked them. It's like there's no way they're gonna lose 3 in a row at home. Boom! They lost 3 in a row at home.
Gary just
Remember-
kept going with them.
I remember the upsets last year, Gary, when you picked Bolton, I think, to beat Liverpool. Liverpool were on that slide. They lost 6 in a row at home.
Yeah.
Who's to say that Liverpool can't do something like that again and be that? Could Liverpool be that bad this season?
You know what? I they can't because I don't think Virgil van Dijk will allow them to. It's like to me that's like saying Ramsdale will not allow us to lose like multiple games in a row. He'll do all he can to make that one stop. You know what? I always say I need Leno to make that one save.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
He doesn't do it, but you've seen Ramsdale do it, right? In any of those matches where we got a point out of it, he makes that one play that you're like, all right, great,
Mhm.
right? And Leicester City, right? He made a couple, right? Some back to back on the same shot. On the, he does that. He makes that one play. That's what we need.
Rady's going for 2-1 Watford. That
He's
would
going
be
for the
great.
offset. We want to see that, right? We want to
Mhm.
see that, right?
Yeah.
Watford is home. Watford is. Let's see. Did they win at home the last time they won? No, they won on the road at Everton. Wow.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. 5-3 or something.
Yeah,
5-2.
5-2. Yeah.
And they
So
came to us and tried to kick us off the park a little bit, and we persevered. That was a
yeah.
game maybe we wouldn't have won a few years ago against Watford at home. But now they go back home, kind of a desperate Watford team, and desperate in terms of they need points against Manchester United, a United team who have slumped a little bit. We're above United right now. We're above Tottenham. So
we're above Brentford, right? Nobody probably thought that was going to happen based on the way they
yeah,
started the season, right?
yeah.
So,
So
You got
real
lucky,
world,
Ray.
Gary. Real
You got
world. I
lucky.
guess United win, right?
yeah, I don't. Yeah,
It's okay. It's okay to say that it might happen and I hope it doesn't.
yeah. It's going to be one of those matches everybody's going to want to watch until United score,
Yeah.
or
Ronaldo
until
will
United
score a
takes the
hat
lead.
trick
Let's just
as
say
the
that
ex
until they
winner.
take it. Yeah.
Tony, what have you got?
On which one?
Man United beating Watford.
Yeah, pretty easy one. United.
All right, next one's maybe it's a little bit tougher. You can start off the next one. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus West Ham. We want Wolves to take some points against West Ham. West Ham have acquitted themselves quite well this season. We all wondered if the Europa League would sap them a little bit, and they're not quite all the way through the Europa League yet. But West Ham have done well. They played Liverpool in a way that probably we're not going to be able to play them. We're not going to be able to play Liverpool the same way that West Ham played them because we don't have the same players to do what they did. But Wolverhampton Wanderers at home to West Ham could be a tough game for West Ham.
Is that to me or to Tony?
Anyone. It was to Tony, but jump in.
Okay, well,
Tony,
I
wake
may
up. Tony. Tony.
to me, I would pick Wolves as upset challenge, but they've been storming up the table. They're up to the eighth now. I would pick it, but it's only 5
It's
points.
only 5 points.
But
Exactly.
Wolves will win.
Wolves will win. Gary?
Wolves. I just said
I don't
Wolves.
know.
Wolf.
I have a feeling you're going to
Woof,
see a
woof.
really pissed off Mikel Antonio. I think
This
so.
could be a good game. This could be, if
And
you're highlighting
Did
a
you see
game to
his
watch.
shot? Did you see his shot in the
No,
Concacaf?
no, for Jamaica,
Yeah,
the Rocket.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
I've got to check it
I
out
mean,
after.
34 yards out.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. I mean, Jamaica should have won that match, but the Jamaica also should have had players sent off, so it could have gone either way. But
And then they sacked their coach.
I mean, I think going in, everybody thought he was going to get sacked, and then they saw their way. You see, the thing is, I don't think you can. That isn't a game why you're sacking them. You're sacking them for the other ones because this one,
It's like
they did
Daniel
everything.
Fark,
Yeah, he
right?
did. Yeah, he did everything. His players were in positions to put this match away, and the referees and their poor finishing is the reason why they didn't get the points, all the points. No, I think Antonio looks. If he took anything from the last match, oof, it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be he's gonna come in. It could get ugly for Watford. And I think, like
For
you said,
Wolves.
they're on what, a 4 game winning streak. Mm-hmm.
Wolves. Here he
No,
is. He's looking
West
at the
Ham,
green.
West
He's
Ham.
looking at the green check marks and
No,
the X's,
there's
Tony.
only like one green on the Watford side. So no,
Get
it's
off the
not.
form table, Gary.
Get
I
off the
like looking
form,
at the
baby.
form table. You look at our form table; it looks good too, right?
Looks good. Yeah. 67 points since December 26th, Tony.
Yeah, you can do
Not
some of like
enough.
Ray. So you can do some of like Ray's logic in the last 3 matches. We are like
Top four
tied
matters,
for
Ray,
tied for
not
top in the
points.
form, right?
67 points will get you top four, Tony. But you have to put that together from the start of the season to the end of the season, not
Mhm.
halfway through one part of the season and halfway through the next. Um, this time last year, we were losing to Aston Villa. Are you calling Arteta? Okay. Wolves versus West Ham. Did we do that one, Gary? I think Wolves are going to beat West Ham.
I'm so confused. What was I talking about? I think I even said
We are rambling a little bit, but Wolves at home to West Ham. It's going to be a good game.
yeah. It should. Wolves. Who's home? You said. Sorry.
Wolves.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it should be a good match. Should
Come
be a
on,
good
Gary,
match.
pick one already.
Pick one already. I'm gonna go for a draw.
All
Um,
that for a draw.
I think
There
Wolves
goes
beat
Ray.
West Ham. Wolves beat West Ham, and hopefully I'll get Charlie on when we face West Ham in a little bit. It's going to be a really well set up game where two teams at the top of the table are fighting for it. West Ham in the middle of December will be playing them 6 games from now. Tony, what have you got?
For which one?
Wolves versus West Ham. Did you
I
already give
already
me that?
told you, Wolves. Pay attention, Ray.
Wolves,
You do
Wolves.
this every fucking week.
Yeah, I know.
It
You
isn't a
yell at
hard
me every
You
week.
know what? When you start talking, we just like just happen. Sorry, Tony.
That's why I don't get all my points. Ray, pay
Hey,
attention.
no, you get all your points. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you get all your points.
I'll start. Norwich at home to Southampton. Norwich win. There you go. They won the
You're
last
going
game.
for the upset, all right?
Yeah, they beat Brentford. Norwich have to start making a move. I'll go for the upset there against Southampton, but obviously I've given my upset already. Tony, Norwich at home to Southampton.
I don't care. Norwich.
We play West Ham. I think it's middle of December. BX Gunner. Haha, love this show.
Yeah,
Is
we
that
play
the
West
Arsenal
Ham. We
Fan
play West
Circle
Ham on
show?
West Ham on the 15th.
Somebody likes the honorary Tony here. Tony is awesome panelist. We have to get him shouting at me at least once in the podcast, right?
He likes
So-
to just curse at you all the time.
And my leg. What about my fundraiser, Ray? You
Well-
forgot about it.
We gotta get the you back on that.
Tony'sNewleg.com.
I'm gonna do that. Tony'sNewleg.com. Give me the info. We're gonna start promoting it, and I'm gonna try and get some other podcasts just to promo because it's ridiculous. You've been stuck on $2,000, and we need to get some more funds for
It's
you.
Ryan's
Yeah.
24-hour marathon.
Definitely. Manchester City versus Everton on Sunday. Tony.
I'm
That's
looking
a
at
good
both
one.
these games Sunday, and I don't know which one to pick as my upset.
City at home to Everton.
It's
kind
going
of-
to be a real close game. That City barely pulling out.
Yeah, I think City beat Everton. It's going to keep Everton down there. If they're 11th place, Gary, if their potential is to be fighting with us, they're not close to that right now.
No. Yeah, I think City will get the win. They're too deep for it. It doesn't matter what Everton does. City wins.
Even under Rafa Benitez, they're struggling a little bit. Tottenham, the scum, Tony versus Leeds United.
Well, this one's my upset, Ray, so write it down, pay attention. Don't come back to me in 3 minutes and ask me who it is. Leeds beat returns.
Leeds beat the Turds. Tony's going for it. It's not a bad pick, Gary.
Yeah, I can't
fault that.
Yep, I'll go for the same thing as Tony.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make Harry Kane unhappy. And he's only scored 1 goal in the league, right? But he
Give him 3 goals and they still lose. I mean, I don't care.
gets hat tricks. Ipswich Town FC 1-0 to Leeds. Leeds could get a win there. Okay. Any other topics you want to talk about? You're usually good at throwing something out there, Gary. Leeds 3 points. Leeds do a win. We can round off on.
We got 10 minutes, Gary. Come on.
We
Oh
can
man.
round off also on Anfield. What's going to happen on Saturday?
Oh yeah. No. Like I said, I would love for us to get at least a point out of this thing. We can do
Give
it.
me,
We have to work. We have to work. Oh, I know it was Stefan here talking about the women's match. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday. Or was that today? I can't even remember how. My day's gonna run through. The women team's doing really good. Right? They're going through some. They got some players with injuries right now. I think Leah Williams. Williams is out for a while.
what I liked as well, Gary. They struggled against Tottenham, but they persevered and they hung in there. They could have gone 2 goals down, but they took that opportunity that Tottenham didn't score the second goal, and they came back and got a draw from the game.
Yeah,
So,
I thought it was interesting that they didn't pull their striker, even though the striker wasn't getting much service in the match. And the reason why they got the point is because the striker was still on the pitch. Because their striker scores most times. I mean, we saw it. I mean, their striker doesn't even start right. He did like Niederman didn't even start today and still got a goal in the last 10 minutes. So she scores. That's what she does. Women's team really good, really good. We'll see how they do against. I think it's Barcelona is the big team in their group. So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, they looked really good. And yesterday, they're not even healthy. They still got some players out, right? So,
and they face Manchester United away on Sunday. So I'm glad they got the draw, especially in the league against Tottenham. It preserved a cushion at the top of the league for them. BX Skinner, I'm banking on Emil Smith Rowe to continue his goal scoring streak. Hopefully, Oba shows up. So let's do this, Gary. Give me your team for Liverpool. And of course, we're going to go through all of this again probably on Saturday, but we'll have a little bit more context in terms of we know who's possibly going to be fit, who's not on Saturday. What do you expect?
I was gonna say the back five. I was gonna say the back five speaks for itself, but we have controversy there because Tierney probably might start. Yeah.
So it's got to be Ramsdale in goal, right?
Yeah, Ramsdale plays on the right. So the right back, of course, is Tomiyasu. Right?
Tomiyasu.
White and Gabriel. This is probably where we split up, part ways. I think if Tierney's healthy, he plays. So I don't expect him to play if he's not healthy. So
yeah, I would go for Tavares in there.
Tavares, Ray, get it right.
Tavares. Who do you want, Tierney or Tavares?
Tavares. I want the attacking player. I think he gives us more.
I think Gary, we can go. Give me your midfield with Partey and without Partey.
So with Partey, that's interesting because it's like which one? I think I would like Maitland-Niles actually. That's what I think.
It's something I went back from that on. I think today, and I sort of convinced myself to go with Sambi. And that's
I can see. And it's one of those. To me, it's no. I don't care which way we go with either one of them. I think you're gonna get. Sambi's attention, he loses his attention to detail sometimes and loses that ball in midfield, and we can't do that. We can't do that in this kind of a match, and he's done it multiple times in back-to-back main games. So,
which is scary for me because ask yourself this question: the Liverpool lad said, the players are going to work hard. The Liverpool players are going to work hard. So it's between Ainsley Maitland-Niles or Sambi. Who do you think is going to work hard out of those two?
It's maintenance house for me. If we, like I said, we've seen him in one match. Are we going to see that again in a second match? That would be if we do. Then this would be a good one and a tough one to do it. So that's going to be the problem for that's kind of the unknown.
And okay, so you would pick Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Lokonga together if it wasn't Partey, right? Okay, Tony, same question. Who's your midfield partners with Partey and without Partey?
With Partey, it's still Sambi. I think he's a more attacking player. I think Niles is one of the better defenders. But it was me, since Partey's struggling, I'd go ahead and rest him and play Sambi and Amen together.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's pretty straightforward the way we are right now, and maybe the depth that we don't have in midfield that these players almost pick themselves. Who's your wingers? Pretty easy question there, Gary. Who's going to be left and who's going to be right? And are you going with the 4-4-1-1 formation?
That Ray does not believe exists.
4-4-1-1. You see me dismiss
Yeah,
the 1-1.
like I said, I think it's usual, right? So it's going to be Milsrifro and Saka. So
Yeah, pretty much picks itself at this point in time, right, Tony?
Yep.
Strikers, the two main strikers, Aubameyang and Lacazette, right?
for me, yeah.
Unfortunately, I get rid of Ruba, but hey, what do I know?
Who are you going to put there?
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean? It doesn't matter who you're going to put there.
Put Lacazette up front, put Smith Rowe and Saka up there, and then put Odegaard back behind.
Okay, so you're losing some goals by doing that. Potential.
Am I?
Yeah.
We sure got a lot of goals from it last season, Ray. Do you have a short memory?
I just think if you put Aubameyang and Lacazette
Do you
on the
remember
field,
what saved Uncle Artie's job? Do you remember Lacazette and Smith Rowe?
yep, it was good.
In this match, I don't know.
So why is it bad now, Ray?
Who are you
Tony,
dropping, Aubameyang?
Tony, in this match, I don't think so. But maybe in the other matches, you could say that. I don't think this is the match where we're going to get goals. Lots of them. I'd be happy to get one.
Yeah, that's why you got to get Tavage in there. He's going to be attacking more.
Well, it kind of goes both ways. You need both, so you need somebody. It's going to be a tough match, so we'll see.
Where'd I win, Gary? Be positive.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to speak for myself. Listen, as I said earlier, if after the game we've lost, but we've lost and having given it a good go and playing well, and you can see the players have left everything out there, I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to go crazy about it because you know what? A league season is about all of the games in its entirety. It's not just this one game. Gary, where do you stand on that?
On the what?
On your if we lose on Saturday, you're still going to be pretty calm about things, or are you going to?
All right, I'll be calm if it looks like it all depends on how we play.
Mm-hmm. BX Gunner we'll finish up with the Pepe saga in a second. Tony,
it's all if Arteta overthinks this thing, then I'm going to be upset.
Mm-hmm. Just your final thoughts on the Liverpool game, Tony.
Final thoughts. We have injuries. We have momentum. We haven't been playing good. Go out there and get a semi-easy win that we should be able to manage. Really help the team out.
Tony, we're going to talk about Pepe and then we'll get out of here then. Listen, if you're new around here, you've not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Hit the like button. Validate your boarding pass and hit that like button on the way out. BX Gunner said, we haven't discussed the Pepe saga, LOL. I'm still invested a little bit in Pepe. Now I realize I was invested in Joe Willock, and he's moved on. And since then, I think Emile Smith-Rowe has only got on to do better things, albeit in different position. Pepe, I'd still like to keep him around. I'd like to have that depth on the bench, but there is rumors about him being sold, Tony.
Sell him and buy a striker. I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I
And
like the player, but Arteta doesn't favor him. He's never done work in Arteta's system. He's not part of the plan, so you might as well sell him.
it does look to be the case, Gary, unless unfortunately there's an injury to one of our players, Pepe's not really going to get a consistent run right now in the team.
Yeah, and you know what? This is I think a lot of it's on Pepe. You
He's the
know,
most disappointing player of the season so far.
and it doesn't seem like he's going to change. I mean, you, you're a player who's been playing for multiple years, and you look at Pepe and Saka, and they're taking your spot, and you have no response to that. That's not what Arteta wants. That's not what Arsenal wants. I doubt that's what his agent wants. I mean, because it looks bad for him on his next job. You know, what team's going to pick him up if they look at that and they kind of go, you know what, he doesn't have any fire in him. He should be pissed. He's sitting on the sidelines. I mean, did he not think about this?
Yeah, you don't see a reaction, right?
Did he not look at the 16 goals he scored last season and go, I got held back. He was sitting on the bench for the first half of the season, really not getting much playing time. Right, this season, he doesn't come back with anything. Like a Millsworth Road needed to work on his finishing. I think he's done that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Pepe, what has he worked on to get himself better for this season, to get himself on the pitch? Like if he didn't track back, but all he did was put pressure on the back line and put balls into the box and made the goalkeeper, stay in the goalkeeper's hands, as I like to say, there'd be no question he's changed. But he doesn't even do that. I mean, he doesn't want to take. It's a disappointment. It's twofold. It's twofold because it's on the player, but it's also on Arteta. Arteta's not willing to change his ways to get him on the pitch. So then you just waste him. So.
BX Kenner says here, Tavares Tierney situation is what we want with Emil Smith-Rowe and Pepe. We want. It would be great if Gary and I were arguing about Emil Smith-Rowe versus Pepe, but right now there's no argument. You know what I mean? That's what we want to see. We want to see competition. We want to see arguing here on this podcast between Gary and
I had him at 15 goals and 15 assists. How fucking way off was I?
Yeah. And here's a question: has he had enough opportunities? Probably. So far this season, do you think?
He has. He came into the cup match, and where was he? Where was he, Tony?
It was a cup match.
Where was he? Needs to. We talk all the time about.
Yes, he should have showed up. Gary.
We talk about this all the time.
I agree.
Saka playing in the cup matches is the reason why he's playing today. Guess what? Pepe has the same opportunities playing against lesser opponents and not excelling and not shining in those matches.
Ray, that's how you correctly poke the bear.
Okay, right. You didn't say something that was wrong, patently wrong, and now you're trying to cover it up.
Yeah, Tony, you're nonsense. Let's move on. No, nah.
Okay, let's get final thoughts. And of course, some of us will be back here on Saturday morning. It sounds like it's too early in the morning for Tony, but anyway.
What time is it?
It'll be 10 o'clock your time. It'll be 11 o'clock our time.
I'll be fine.
He'll make it. Gary's thinking about it. Are you on a South American podcast that time, Gary?
No, I mean,
Gary's making his Chilean debut.
Worst case scenarios, I won't be on for the whole time. So
okay, all right.
Yeah, listen. For Gary.
tune in. Then we'll get final thoughts from all of you right now. But tune in on Saturday. We're going to do a pre-game podcast. But we've pretty much done everything. We've picked the team. So Tavares is going to start. Don't be surprised if it's Tierney, though. Anyway, sorry. Gary, final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how we play. A lot of the players, like you said, went out and played for their, put on. I don't know if they got caps. I don't know if Gabriel played, but a lot of all the players went out there and played well. The ones that did. So looking forward to seeing how they do coming back. We need to continue on from where we were. I mean, I'd like to see our form continue.
Yeah.
Will it be enough to win this match? I hope so, but I won't be surprised if it's not. Arteta, it's up to you. I'll only be upset with Arteta. So that's all I have to say.
Unless the players mail it in and just don't care about the fixture. They just went to Anfield to fulfill the fixture.
And for me, that would be on Arteta because they need to come into this match expecting to get something out of it, even if they don't get the win. So yeah, as much as that, I understand what you're saying there. I just still feel like your players are kind of you're instructing them to do certain things, and they should be able to do that.
Do you sense something a little bit different, Gary, in this side than the sides that have gone to Anfield in previous seasons? Like, I sense that they want to maybe do more. They want to get that win.
I don't. No, I don't. For me, I don't think so. No,
So you think we're the same team we were last year? At Anfield.
I think we've gone into this match set up wrong, and Arteta cannot do that now if he sticks with his 11. If he goes with his core 9, we'll be fine. Those players are playing pretty well, so I don't even think it's anything. So that's what I expect to see. Ramsdale is going to do his thing. Hopefully he's going to command his box and call out those runners that are going to be coming at him consistently, right? Think about it. We've seen this before, right? If their shots are coming from, near the 18, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Right? We're doing really good.
Yeah. Like you said, Gary, going 10 games unbeaten is nice. We'd like to extend that. I think, and Tony might take issue with this. I think you're going to have a little bit of luck, of course, if you go 10 games unbeaten. We had a little bit of luck.
We've had a lot of luck.
A little bit of luck with Lacazette getting that goal against Crystal Palace. Other than that, I think we've deserved the wins that we've gotten. We should have won some of the games.
VAR was on our side a couple of times, Ray. Don't forget that.
Which ones? What?
Twice VAR saved our ass.
Well, we should have also scored more goals as well in those games. Burnley away from home, we could have gotten the second goal, and of course Watford, we could have got more. Well, listen, we'll go to Tony with the final word, and thanks everyone for watching. Slap a like before you get out of here. Tony, final word. Tony, first of all, great to see you back. Hopefully you will fully recover in the next few days, but great to have you back.
Yeah.
I kind of have 3 different things. One was us saying how much I kind of missed doing this the last couple of weeks. And since we have so many UK watchers, me and Sam Greenwood will be on his YouTube channel at 10 p.m. doing our monthly talk show. Who knows what the hell we're going to be talking about. We haven't planned it out at all. It might get a little X-rated at times. Might be our one and only. So tune in.
It won't be your one and only. Listen, I actually said that I would advertise this, and I was forgetting about it. So I'm glad that
Ray.
I'm glad that you mentioned it. Go see Tony and Sam tomorrow over on Sam's YouTube channel, and you're going to talk about everything except football, right? Whatever you want to talk about, you're going to talk about.
Football will be in there.
Yeah. Sam kind of said no football, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
This is Tony you're talking about here.
This is Tony. Yeah.
I'm
What time is
unpredictable,
that going to
Ray.
be? What time is that going to be in UK time, Tony?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. So 5 p.m. Eastern over here.
Good time for a beer and drink in the UK. Early
Great
drink for
seeing
Ray
everyone.
and Gary.
International break does our heads in, but it was actually nice. We saw a little bit of Arsenal within that international context, Gary. So that was a nice thing, right?
No, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I
Who wants
I,
to watch
I like to
Kane?
watch the sport, so I'm going to keep watching it when there's nothing else on. If I have the time, I could just assume walk away from it and do something else. But if I have the time to watch it, I will do that.
Want to say thanks to everyone who's come in and watched, all of you who will watch it on playback, and it's we really appreciate the support here. We'll see you Saturday in some way, shape, or form. We're going to preview the lineups that they're announced live, and just want to say great to see everyone in the chats, and great to see Tony and Gary back again. It's been a few weeks. We've been
Good
away.
night, Tony.
Good night, Tony.
Good night, Tony.
Good night, Gary.
Good night, Gary.
Good night,
Take
Ray.
care, everyone.
Good night, Ray. Everybody in the chats. See ya.